with our Blue Couch bright spot of the day. Of course, it's a moment to pause, smile, and celebrate a random act of kindness, making our community shine. And today, Elspeth Meisner is joining us on the Blue Couches with today's bright spot of the day, because this has to do with a great story that you're only going to see here on Erie News Now about a cat named Eddie.
Exactly, Amanda. So in case you missed it yesterday, we did a story about a cat named Eddie. Now, he and his owner were traveling from Buffalo, New York to Texas this summer in June, stopped in Erie for the night, got in a hotel room and everything, and there was a hole in the hotel room. And Eddie was a little curious cat, made his way through the hole into the wall. And unfortunately, after the owner looked for him, he couldn't find him. So he had to continue on with his journey. Flash forward to September, and Eddie was found at a gas station off of Interstate 90 by a family. They brought him to the Erie Humane Society. They chipped him to see if they could find his owners.
Eddie was chipped, fortunately.
Exactly. Good news was that they found a phone number, an email address, and they were able to reconnect with Eddie's owner all the way living in Texas.
Right.
Now, the only one bad thing about this thing was that his owner couldn't come back up here to retrieve Eddie. So the Erie Humane Society has been working to try and reunite Eddie and his owner, Eric, but they needed the community's help, so they started a GoFundMe that they launched yesterday after our story aired. They needed $1,500 to transport Eddie all the way down to Texas.
And we were taking bets on how quickly they would raise that money.
Within 4 hours, they exceeded their goal, raising $1,700. So the good news is Eddie and Eric will hopefully be reunited thanks to the generosity from the community.
So plans are underway for this cross-country trip by Brian Carroll of the Erie Humane Society. He's done these before, not quite that far.
No, he's done them to like Maryland, to other shelters. This is the first time he's going to be reconnecting a pet with its owner.
And we had so many questions when you were kind of laying the story out for us a couple days ago, like, well, why not fly, or why not this, why not that? Well, Eddie's 14, right?
Eddie's an older cat.
He's an older cat. They felt that a flight would be too stressful for Eddie, and so he's going to be in the hands of Brian Carroll, who is going to be great and calming, and they're just going to make that road trip together.
22 hours long. So it's going to be a little bit of a long road trip, but they're going to be doing a lot of bonding together. But it really shows that when in times of difficulty or struggles, the community really steps up in a big way. I know us in the newsroom, as we were watching those donations come in, within minutes since it launched, donations started pouring in.
The other thing that I loved about this is someone who, lost a cat at the end of July due to him just being missing. A lot of these animals are chipped. When you find a stray and you know it's not yours, please take it to a vet or to the Humane Society or anywhere and get those chips scanned, because look what happened. They located his owner in Texas. It can be done.
It can be done. And another thing, we have to credit the Humane Society. There was a phone number and an email associated with that chip. They tried the phone number and it was disconnected. It didn't work and everything. So they took it a step further and tried that email address, which did work, which was wonderful. But they didn't just stop with, oh, the number's not working, you know, let's move on. No,
they really worked.
They really wanted to work hard and go that extra mile, literally. And they're going to be doing that by transporting Eddie all the way down to Texas.
Little Eddie, there he is, 14. He's an old guy, but he wants to be home with his Eric. I hope that Brian is going to document some of this
that's
trip.
his plan. They plan on documenting the whole thing through photos, through videos, Facebook Lives along the way. No set date of when they're going to be leaving yet, but don't you worry. I'm sure we'll be following along to see Eddie and Eric get reunited.
It's going to be an Erie News Now exclusive for you. Elspeth, thanks for kicking off the show today with this bright spot of the day. I love it. If you have a Blue Couch bright spot photo or story that you'd like to share with us, please email us FirstAtFour@erienewsnow.com.